everyone. My name is Jamie and this is my podcast where I talk about knitting and some spinning and a little bit of crochet. I haven't been doing the podcast over the summer, but now my boys are back in school and I'm ready to get back at it again. So I'm hoping to get maybe a video a week or every other week out, and yeah, so we're gonna kind of catch up on everything I did over the summer. So let's get started. I have to remember how to talk to a camera. It's always just a little bit weird and we haven't done it for 3 months. So bear with me in this episode. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. A lot of FOs. Some of them I do not have right here with me, so I will have pictures up over here. Alright, the first one that I have finished since we last talked was the emotional support chicken, which my youngest son latched onto and I haven't seen it since. So here is a picture of our emotional support chicken. I used a US 7 or 4.5 millimeter needle to do this chicken, and I used just scraps of worsted weight yarn that I had from last year's Christmas presents. This chicken took me a week, June 12th to the 19th, to complete. And would I make it again? Yes I would. I mean, it's just so cute and easy. I thought about making them for Christmas, but I'm not. I came up with something else to do. Yeah, so I just think they're adorable. And like I said, my son loves him. He would probably steal all of the chickens if I made more. So there is that. Last time we talked, I was taking a granny square class of how to make a granny square with crochet. I hadn't crocheted since I was a kid and I was never very good at it. My squares always looked like trapezoids. I could never quite figure that out. Excuse me. But I did take my class and I knit a granny square blanket, and it only took me 1 week, which was very exciting to me to do a whole blanket in a week. We were traveling a little bit, and so I had a lot of time in the car to knit this. I knit it, or not knit, crochet. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Crochet. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I used Cascade 220 Superwash that I just kind of had laying around. And would I make it again? Yes, I would. So this actually went to my dog. So you probably see a picture of her wrapped in her blanket, but it is, but it is right here. So it's just a square blanket, which is why I did not keep going with it. It was gonna get so wide. So if I were to make this again, I might like change it a little bit so it's like a rectangle so that it's getting longer than it is getting wide. I don't know. But I do have more of this yarn left, so I probably will make another one. And it was a lot of fun. So granny squares, yes, I'm here for them. I know they're kind of trendy right now and I can see why. I'm here for it. All right, our next finished object was the Better Waverly cardigan. It is right here. And I test knit this for Taylor Owen. And I love this cardigan. I love it. I'll have some more pictures of it up of me wearing it, but this cardigan has quite a bit of positive ease around the chest, and then it has waist shaping And then that waist shaping goes into that ribbing, that longer ribbing. And so it just kind of nicely cinches around your waist. And so you get like this really nice shape. And so I love this. I knit it with a US 5, which is a 3.75 for the ribbing, and then a US 7 for, which is a 4.5 millimeter. And it is knit with Cascade 220 in the color Chive, and I love that color. It's just gorgeous. And then I got these beautiful gold buttons. Oh, that's gonna... Anyway, so I just love that. The green with the gold. So pretty. I love it. And it took me 7 weeks to knit, and I knit the size 2. I should put it in the description box down below, but I have a 37 upper chest, and then 39 around the largest part of my chest, and then a 34 under my chest. So, and I knit a size 2, and I had like 11 inches of positive ease. Oh, and I love that it has like the balloon sleeve as well. So nice. I love that. It's the best fitting garment I've probably made. I just love the way it cinches in. I just love it. So I can't wait for it to get cooler, and so for me to be able to wear this, because it is a warm sweater. It is Cascade 220, so it's a little bit rustic. It's good though. I can wear it on my bare skin, but I would wear it with a shirt under it, obviously, because it is a cardigan. But I really do love this sweater. I knit it from May 13th to July 1st, so 7 weeks. And yeah, it is out now. It is beautiful. I highly recommend it, and I will have it linked in the description box down below. All right. The next item that I finished was the Agnes sweater vest. And this was fun because I had taken that granny square class, and I was like, I could do granny squares now, let's go. And so this pattern is a free pattern. It's by Bethany Lynn, and it's on her website, but I'll link it on Ravelry, and then Ravelry takes you to the website. And it's more of a like recipe. So you can figure out how many squares you need, put them together. The fun part about this that was good for me as a knitter is that all the ribbing and finishes are knit. So that worked out well for me. I have some pictures of me wearing it here. And yeah, I do not know what hook size I used for this. I didn't write it down. I just used some yarn scraps that I had, so that was fun. And it took me 2.5 weeks to make this. And would I make it again? Well, I don't need another one. I mean, I kind of think it's kind of a one-off. I don't foresee maybe if I did it all in one color. I just don't think you need more than one scrappy vest of granny squares. But maybe I'm wrong. So anyway, yeah, it is beautiful. A lot of the granny squares were made with Farmer's Daughter, their sock collection this year that you get monthly. So all my scraps from those went into this vest, and then I just found a really nice creamy white to do the connecting and finishes and everything on it, and I really like it. I think it's really cute, and I think it's nice and warm, and it's good. I love it. All right, the next finished project was a Tulsa tee by Rebecca Clow, and this is my fourth one that I have finished, and I love this pattern, and she's made some changes to the pattern that just make it even better. So I made a size 3, and she has added bust shaping, and so I did the D cup shaping, and it's so seamless, like you can't even, it's like right here, but you can't even see it. It's so nice. I'll have some pictures of me wearing it up. I used a US 7 and a US 9. The yarn I used was Kelborn Woolen, which I love their brand. I just think their yarn is so pretty. This is their DK Scout, which is 100% wool in the navy heather. And I have to show you this yarn. Let's see if we can see, if you can see it close up. It is so pretty. It is like one strand of blue and one strand of purple, and then it's plied together, and so you get this nice heathered dark blue with purple. It's just so nice. I hope you can see that on there. It's such a pretty color. And then I did 2x2 ribbing. The fun part about her patterns is that she writes them in such a way that you can do whatever you want with them. 1x1, 2x2, like she gives you so many options and then shows you so many things. Like she's got this sweater where some of them she's got eyelets in it, and she's got stripes, and she's got like where she's done like embroidery on them. Like they're just a shell, a basic. And so I did 2x2, it's really hard because it's so dark, but I did 2x2 ribbing on the top and the bottom. And then I decided to just do a straight sleeve. She does have a long sleeve directions with the decreases, but I just wanted a straight sleeve and then with an I-cord finishing, and it's just so pretty. I love the way it fits. I love the way it wears. And I am ready to be wearing this like every day. It's so nice. Go back up there, please. Okay. Next. Will I make it again? Well, it is my 4th one. So I am sure I'll make it again. I'm sure there's 5th and 6th Tulsa tees in my future. All right. Okay, and then my last finished big project here is what I am wearing. This is the Magic Dot Raglan by Hinterstein, and I made the size large, and it has a nice amount of positive ease. I don't know, there's probably like 5 or 6 inches. It's just nice. I used a US 7 or a 4.5, and the yarn I used is Ella Rae Cashmerino Sport in the color Fern. And I used this yarn for Petite Knits Poppy Tee, and I just think it's a really nice, it's like 50% acrylic, but it's 30 something percent wool, and then like 15%, I don't know, of cashmere. So there's a little bit of cashmere in there, so it does have like just a, it's very soft. It's been holding up well in my poppy tee, and it's just such a beautiful yarn. I just really like it, especially for it being so much acrylic. Usually acrylic, just, I don't like it, but I don't mind this. And then for the color work, which is a slip stitch color work or a mosaic color work, is with my hand spun yarn. And so let's see if you can kind of see the slip stitches there. And you start with a 1 row, and then it has 2, and then 3, and then 4 at the bottom. And I just have like this nice pastel colors in there, and it's just really pretty. And then it has ribbing, but I don't know, I don't think all my shirts need to have ribbing, so I did I-cord finishes on all of it, and I think it's turned out really nice. Someone is trying to say hello. Hi. You say hi? Yeah? Oh man. You cute girl, you got a messy beard though. Yeah, you'll need your beard brushed. Yeah, I was talking to the people. The YouTube people. Yeah, all the knitters out there. All right. Would I make this again? Yeah, I mean, it was a really easy pattern to follow. I think it could be really pretty with other hand spuns or other yarns. And yeah, I think it's a great t-shirt. All right, so I had 2 unfinished tees or summer knits. As you could tell with most of this, most of it just is not summer knitting, not summer fibers. This I would consider because it's not like a thick wool. It's a t-shirt. Hi. Yeah, hello. Can I help you? But the rest of it has not been real summer knitting. And I have 2 that are considered more summer knitting because of the yarn types, but they just didn't get finished. So let me show you that. The first one, is T number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and this is on a US 3.25 and a US up to a US 5. So I used 3 different needle sizes on this, and the yarn is Kelborn Woolens. Again, I like Kelborn Woolens, but this is their Mojave, and it is a linen base. Do I have a... I do. Let's see. So this is... Hi. Yeah, are you stuck on me? It's a sport weight. Yeah, it's 60% cotton, 40% linen, and I did not mind working with this. It's just such small gauge, such small needles that I just haven't finished it, and now I'm kind of, it's in the round, and I'm just kind of bored and have other things going on. I do plan on finishing this just at another time. Not now. It might be next summer, or it just might be when I'm a lull of something else. But it's a very nice pattern construction. And yeah, I think you're stuck on my sweater, sweetheart. What are you doing? Hang on. Yeah, you're like, what is happening here? There we go. You just put a snag in my sweater. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, you did. Just put a nice snag in it. It's okay. I'll get a crochet hook and pull it to the other side and fix it. Yeah, and it's really soft. It is really nice. I can see how this would be a very nice. It just didn't get finished. It just didn't. So, yeah. Though I think I can foresee myself finishing this at a later time. It's just kind of in hibernation right now. And then the other summer knit that I had going on was the Ballard Tee by Sari Nordlund. And this one, I mean, I've just pulled the needles out. There's just, I don't foresee myself finishing this one. It's beautiful. The color is beautiful. The texture is beautiful. Those cables are beautiful. Oh my gosh. But this yarn is Cascade Ultra Pima 100% cotton. And I had never worked with the 100% cotton. And my hands hurt so bad knitting this. And so I just don't think it's gonna ever come. I don't know. I haven't had the heart to rip it out yet. And since I don't foresee using the yarn for anything else, it's just kind of sitting here. But the needles are off. So I don't know. This one is just, it's just here because my hands just hurt, but it's so pretty. So I don't know. Sad. That one's sad. Hi. You're gonna nap on me now? We're trying to make a podcast here. You don't care? Okay. I was making a size 3 on that, and it's with a US 4 or a 3.5, and then the ribbing is all done with a US 2.5 or 3 millimeter. Sorry, my notes are now on the floor because my dog is on my lap. Oh goodness. Okay, so that's kind of all the finished or unfinished. Well, we have these. So I don't remember what pattern. I used a free pattern for these. I can tell you who they're by, but like I said, I'm not making chickens for Christmas. I'm making slippers, and my nephews know that they're getting slippers because we have like these park days in the summer where my brother's family, my family, and my parents, we have 6 little boys between us. My son that's 13 is the oldest, and then it goes down to my brothers who's just turned 4. So 6 of them in 10 years. They're just so cute all together playing in the splash pad. And so we were at the park, and I asked them if they wanted hats or slippers for Christmas. They got hats last year, and they said they wanted slippers. And so I traced all their feet and got all their measurements, and they told me their favorite colors. The oldest nephew, he wants red. So these are his red ones. And then I'm half done with his younger brothers. This is a thinner, this is Malabrigo Rio, and this one, I can't, oh, it's the, this is the Mecca. So this is a thinner yarn, so it's going to be a thinner slipper than that one was, but it's really cute. He likes turtles and sea and water and stuff, so I think that's really cool for him. And then I do have the yarn for the youngest brother, but we haven't started that one yet. So we're working on slippers, and the patterns I'm using are by, she has a bulky and a super bulky, and they are free. I'll link them down below. Her name's not on here. Your name's not on the pattern. Anyways, I will link them down below. So this one was the super bulky, and then the Mecca uses the bulky weight, and they're so easy. The hardest part is that you have so few stitches. It's basically a sock pattern, but you have so few stitches that you have to use DPNs and or magic loop, I guess, but I don't like magic loop, so I've been using DPNs, and I have the Leica, these 10.5s for the Mecca yarn. So really cute. I'm excited about it. I plan on doing 6 sets of slippers for 6 little boys. So hopefully I'll get all of that done by Christmas, which is why we are started so soon. So that is all my finished and hibernating ones. Can you go on the floor now? Could you sit on the floor? Do you want your blanket? You can go curl up on your blanket. Here, there you go. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's talk whips. I have several whips going right now. I usually don't have too many. I have the sock, and then I have 3 test knits going, only, is that right? Only one of which I can really show you because I'm not sure about the other 2. And then I have one more. So 4, 3, 4, about 5. So I have 5 whips going right now, one of which is the socks. I don't really count them. And then, yeah, so let's talk the first one. The first one is the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan. And I am sure that you have seen this, but it is a project of love. And it may not be finished until next fall, next winter. You knit these squares, and it is color work flat, and you have to carry your floats. And I had never done color work flat, but by the time I got enough squares to sew them all together to make a big enough cardigan for myself, I had knit 55 of these squares. So I am no longer scared of color work flat. I can do it. I could make those squares, those star squares in my sleep. It was a lot. And then I sewed all the stars together, and it was really gappy in the back. And so I wanted to fill in that space a little bit. And so I knit 2 triangles. And I sewed them on. Everything's mattress stitched together. So I've sewed them on. All right, so I used a US 8, which is a 5mm needle, and I used Barocco Vintage DK. I really like this yarn. It's like half acrylic, half wool. It's beautiful. It's nice feeling on the hands. It's cheap. It's not expensive. And I started this on July 3rd, and I am doing this with a knitting group that I am part of at my local yarn store. So let's see this sucker. It is something to behold. So I have all of my squares done and all of them knit together, or sewn together, hand sewn. And look at all that. Oh my gosh, and then they have my triangle there and there. And then I have half of a sleeve done. And the idea of this cardigan is like you picked up a quilt and you just wrapped it around your body. So it's nice and oversized. The pattern, I find that the pattern is more like a road map. So she gives you like 3 different sizes for the squares and tells you how to sew them together and stuff. But I ended up having to knit a lot more squares because you either have to match her gauge exactly or just do your own math. And we just did our own math. And yeah, so it's nice, but know that it doesn't hold your hand. You just knit all these squares, you sew them together, pick up for your sleeves, pick up for your ribbing. And it is really pretty. So let's see here. I've got Black Currant, which is this dark purple color. And then Slow Berry, which is this very heathered purple. And then Tide Pool is the dark tealy blue color. And then we have Mushroom, which is this nice mushroomy color. And then Snow, which is the white. And Bird's Nest, which is this blue. And I plan on having 1 sleeve blue, 1 sleeve white, and then all the ribbing in the mushroom. So I'm just knitting. It's not too hard, but it's just not my priority. So I kind of pick it up and knit on it when I'm watching TV or just kind of brain dead. But that is a lot of squares and a lot of knitting. So it is a project of love. I have enjoyed doing it, and the first square that I made, I had to rip out twice because the tension was just all over the place and horrible because you are doing that color work flat. But once I did it like a 3rd time, it just, your hands kind of, okay, this is what I'm doing. And it just started to work. And yeah, did I say who that is by? That is by Katrin Seberg. I'll have it on the screen and down below. All right, and then I have, like I said, I have 3 test knits that I'm doing. One, I just don't have enough to show of it. Okay, my camera shut off. So I have 3 test knits that I am working on. The one I just cast on today or yesterday, so there's just nothing to show of it, but it is a drop shoulder cardigan that I'm really excited about in a DK weight. It's going to be beautiful brown color. I'm really excited about it. The other one is a saddle shoulder, beautiful pullover that I don't know if I can show it. It's like on the website that I use to get the test knits, it says teasable. So I think I can talk about it, but I don't know if I can show it. So where the other ones say it, they're postable. So the last one, which the one I'm the furthest on, is it's either Engelen or Engelen, I am not sure. You know these words where you see them, you reckon, but you have no idea how people pronounce them? This is one of these words. So, but it's by Colorway Knits, and I had never seen any of her stuff, but I saw this pattern, and it's an all over color work. It's beautiful. I'll show it here. And I thought, this is what I wanted. Like, I love to do color work. I feel like when I'm doing color work, the project goes faster because I just want to keep doing it because it changes. I don't get bored. When I get to the just knit in the round, just knit, I tend to slow down. Like, it's not fun anymore. I'm bored, which happened with the tea number 1. It's time to knit in the round, and you just knit, and I'm bored and I don't want to do it. And same with the heirloom. I'm like, now I'm doing sleeves and I'm just knitting in the round, and I'm bored. So I wanted something that was all over color work, and this fit the bill. And yeah, I've shown it on the screen there, but I have started a sleeve, so I'll show you that. And it is just so pretty. So now we have a little sleeve. This is a very warm, very squishy. It is a Fair Isle, so you have all those floats on the back, which makes the material like double thick, and it's already worsted weight. And so it's just so plump and beautiful, and it's gonna keep me so warm. It's gonna be like a sweatshirt. It's so nice. So I am very excited about it. I am knitting this out of Malabrigo Rio, which is what the designer knit hers out of as well, which is a nice budget-friendly yarn. It is superwash, which I was surprised that she'd used a superwash with all over color work because it's not sticky. They don't kind of stick together and hold that color work, but it's worked out great. So I'm like, okay, why not? I had to go up a couple of needle sizes from what the designer did. I usually make gauge, or I have to go up. So I'm a little bit on the tighter side, and she must be just a lot looser than I am. So I'm using a US 8 on all of the ribbing and all of the stockinette. And then I'm using a US 9 on all of the color work, because color work you tend to knit color work tighter. It tends not to stretch as much because of all those floats. And so a lot of times you want to go up a needle size if you're doing color work with stockinette so that they kind of match. So yeah, so I did have to go up a couple needle sizes. I am knitting the size large, and it fits wonderfully. I started it on August 12th, and the due date is October 25th. So I'm gonna be done in plenty of time because I just have a sleeve and a half to knit. So hopefully I'll finish the first sleeve this week, the next sleeve the next week, and we'll be good to go. I am using the colors Natural, Azul Profundo, and Apple Green. And my aunt was excited to see it because she's a Seahawks fan and I'm not a football person, so I had no idea what that meant, but apparently it's their colors. So she was excited about it and loves it. She lives in Seattle, and yeah, so she can't have it though because it's so cozy. I'm gonna love it. And those are all of my projects right now. Yeah, we have plenty more we could talk about, but this has been probably the longest podcast I've done so far. Hopefully I will get back into the swing of it. My kids are back in school. Like I said, summer was fun. Summer is hard. I have special needs kids. I have 3 boys, 13, 12, and 9. And they all have ADHD to some degree, which I don't know. Sometimes I think that's just being a boy, but they do struggle. They struggle enough that they are on meds to be able to do their schoolwork and stuff and be able to function. But then my middle son is autistic, and my youngest son has what's called DMDD, and it's like a defiant mood dysregulatory disorder. And so it's very similar to an adult with bipolar, where they can just snap really fast and they think people are out to get them, and it's not their fault, it's everybody else's fault, and there's a conspiracy. And they do better when they're on a schedule and they have something to go and do every day. And so this school year, we function much better as a family than in the summertime. The summertime is a struggle, and which is why I just never got down here to film. My husband works quite a bit, and when he works 12-hour days, and I never felt comfortable enough to leave my youngest alone and not have the house destroyed or somebody hurt. So I just did the mom thing all summer. My husband did take them to the cabin a couple of times. We did go to St. George and see a couple of Broadway shows in the desert. What did we see first? We saw Anastasia first, which was wonderful. I loved it. I always liked Anastasia, the Disney movie. There's no bat in the Broadway show though, so that was sad, but it was really cute. And then I went and saw Frozen with my mother-in-law, and it was so much fun. All of Elsa's magic was like pyrotechnics, so there was like fireworks, and it was really fun. The music was fun. Olaf was like a giant puppet, and you could see the person playing the puppet, and it just was really cute and a lot of fun. I would go see it again. I wasn't sure because I was like, well, Frozen's kind of overrated, but it was so good. And I have boys, and so that's not something that's like prevalent in my house. We do more, Cars and Pixar stuff than we do Disney princesses. It was so good. It was so good. It was really hot though. My tickets were for June because I've gone in August in years past, and August is so hot in St. George. And so I was like, I'm gonna go in June before it gets really hot. And then those 2 weeks were so hot, like 114 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it was hot. So I went knife throwing. We were down in St. George early, and we were just walking around the outdoor mall, and there was a place to go axe throwing, and it was air conditioned in there. So my husband and I were like, yeah, let's axe throw. I was dressed for a Broadway play, so there I was throwing axes in my dress. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, it was good. So I did that, and then we didn't go on any trips or anything. We had some park days with my brother and his family, and we went to Cedar. They went to the cabin quite a bit. I had a lot of knitting time, obviously. Got quite a few projects done. spinning. I'm still spinning, not really anything to show, but I am still spinning. And yeah, next time we'll have a more balanced podcast. It won't just be all of the things I finished over the summer, but hopefully we'll have made some progress on these test knits. And yeah, so I hope you guys have an awesome week and that you find time to craft and do what brings you joy and helps you relax and de-stress, which is what knitting is for me and spinning is for me. And I will see you guys next week. That's my promise. I will be here next week and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!